Good, sir.
What's going on?
Excited to meet. Very
Oh, yeah.
excited.
You fell down? Yeah. Where? In the mountain somewhere? Where was this? Have you chosen who sits behind and who sits forward? It is random?
I guess 5 students are from Gargi College, and initially an incident happened in our college, which is very sad to even discuss about it because a lot of people from ABVP broke our gate and they entered in the premises.
We had our elections scheduled for 17th of April, and these are college elections, and Gargi doesn't have any affiliations with
Any political
any
party,
political party, and
yeah.
they are not very strongly left or right wing either. So all the candidates that are selected, they're all independent candidates. But one student was apparently strongly backed by ABVP students, and her elder sister had also connections in ABVP as well as won the presidential elections.
She's also a member of ABVP.
Yeah, she's also a member of ABVP and won the elections last year in KNC as the president. So this time when her younger sister was contesting for the elections, Gargi doesn't usually encourage a lot of campaigning because usually our motto is anybody who has worked really hard has already shown their potential. So the voting will happen accordingly. We don't strongly encourage campaigning. Due to that, she, I think, was about to lose the elections and was very aware of it. Because of it, she tried to contact our principal as well as our faculty members, and they weren't very encouraging of whatever her decision was, and hence she tried to bring the ABVP students to our college. Now, the incident which happened on 17th was like the bigger incident, but it started on 16th of April when the DUSU, who is Deepika Jha,
Joint Secretary of
she's joint secretary. Deepika Jha came and created a ruckus in our college.
Yes, and it was
entered with a flower garland and like a puja plate and a thali.
Yes.
And then she started abusing our principal quite literally, and all of us saw that, and we were very disturbed because
Yes.
Gargi is a safe space for us, and we really value our professors, our principal. It has never been a place where we can't go and approach and talk to our teachers about the problems that we face. So it was very disrespectful to begin with. But the next day, the entirety of the ABVP team, along with what I would call hooligans or goons, because they weren't decent at all in their behavior. They came, sat outside our gate number 1, which is the entry and exit gate for the professors. They sat there and
Started
उन्होंने धरना
protesting,
लगाना
yes.
शुरू कर दिया.
Yes.
And that was fine until one of our faculty members was like, we really need to remove you from this place, and so one of our male teaching staff tried to remove them from the gate, at which the ABVP guys got so offended, they broke the gate, they tore shirts and entered our college.
So actually, it was scary because there was a police van which was standing outside, and despite there was a whole lot of police over there, they couldn't stop them. And actually, they were not stopping them, and
police
they
were not
just
stopping.
and they just ran into our college.
So what were these guys trying to do? Just make a nuisance of themselves?
The admin office directly through the principal cabin.
We were threatened that they could, having the reputation that they have, Deepika Jha has actually hit a professor in
Wow.
a DU college. So they don't have a very good rep.
And she's protected by these guys, so she can slap the professor, nothing
She
happens.
has not slapped the
If they
professor.
would have
They don't have
entered
a
the
very
office, they would have created the same scenario. Most probably,
We were afraid for our faculty members, even if they hadn't done anything to us, because we don't have any strong political standing. They could have targeted any professor, and we respect the dignity of our college or any of our professors or faculty members, even non-teaching staff, being blamed for stuff they have not done.
Yes.
That was threatening.
So when you say we are scared,
No, sir.
what does that actually mean?
Actually, sir, we were not scared at
Now,
all.
see there.
First,
We were not scared at all. That's the truth.
No, sir. Actually, we were not scared. I was the one who was standing at the arc, and I saw the mob coming just in front. Actually, we were not scared. We were frightened. And after
What is the difference? So what is the difference between scared and frightened?
no, sir. Actually, we were not expecting that. And when we saw the 40 men coming and running towards you, we didn't know what's actually happening. Why are they protesting outside? Means, idhar udhar se we got to know the situation, and suddenly, and after 10 minutes only, all the girls we get united and we threw them out. So it really shows that we were not scared at all. We were just
These words should be used properly. Because actually, I don't think you were scared.
No, we were.
We were not scared.
Right?
Very.
I think you were disturbed. Who the hell are these guys? What are they doing?
actually, so we didn't know the situation. You don't know how to react and you get side.
Do you think you could teach yourself how to behave when 40 people are coming and not be worried at all? Or do you think, so is it that it's a natural reaction, or is it that you could actually train yourself that nothing happens.
We can actually train ourselves. Yeah.
You can.
Yes, sir, we can train ourselves, obviously.
Why does this lady think that she can break all these rules, come into your college, bring goons into the college with such audacity?
Because she's holding a post.
But the entire college is against her.
Yes.
But why isn't the college saying, what the hell are you doing? How dare you do this?
College did say that.
So then why did she get scared? Was she like,
No, sir, actually, really not.
I don't know. Whichever the girl is.
Okay.
She's backed by a political party who's currently holding position in Delhi as well as in the state, and they have created a lot of chaos in almost every university, every college, either it's BHU or DU or any state university. Nobody has done anything to them, so they know that nobody can do anything.
They're incredibly safe.
But there are still how many girls in Gargi College?
4,000 or
4,000
5,000.
girls, I mean, 4,000 girls turn around. What can the BJP do? What will BJP go do?
Actually, they were kicked out only after 10 minutes
Exactly.
by the girls only.
Right. What's the riskiest thing you guys have done? Like, what's the thing where you were like, yeah, what's the riskiest thing you've done?
Join Congress.
Okay, that's risky. That's real risky. What other risky stuff have you girls done?
Sir, one more
Like
thing
even fun stuff, you know.
I would like to add, as she
Yeah,
mentioned
sorry.
her father. My dad is a huge fan of yours, and he's really looking forward to, see you as the Prime Minister of India.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please, sir.
But why is everybody obsessed with this Prime Minister of India stuff?
No, sir, we are not obsessed with the Prime Minister of India. We are obsessed with the post.
Right.
So this was during the conflict. It was 2023.
Manipur.
Yeah. I was here when the conflict happened, but I had to go to Shillong. And I booked a flight ticket where I had to stay in Imphal for 30 minutes, land there. So I didn't tell my mother. And then literally my network didn't work. My signal wasn't there. So I was like there for like 30 minutes. I felt it did not hit me yet how dangerous it was. Obviously nothing
You didn't
happened.
realize it.
Yes. Nothing happened to me, but when I landed Shillong, I got so many missed calls, and then there was like, I got a good scolding from my mother, and I cried over it.
When did you realize that what you did was actually dangerous?
After my mother scolded me,
Okay.
because because it was very dangerous.
The way history or political science students talk about inequality, we don't talk about it the same way. I'm a literature student. From the few texts that I have read, I have realized that the colonial power and people who associated or actually bought into the colonial structures, they were for the longest time the powerful. So it's kind of not okay to say that it's something that began in the 1990s. It has been.
Inequality in India, right, particularly caste inequality, has been a fact for 3,000 years.
Exactly.
Okay? And it's absolutely brutal, it's horrible, and it targets lower castes, what are called OBCs today. Inequality is a fact of India. It's always been. Do you know that lower castes in India,
So-called workers.
we don't like the word lower caste, but so you can say non-upper castes. Okay? Do you know that non-upper castes in India were not allowed to buy land?
Yeah. We know.
Yeah.
So assets were reserved for the upper castes.
Landlords.
Yeah. Kings.
Yeah. Zamindars.
That changed in 1947.
Yes.
So massive transfer of assets, huge, took place in 15th August 1947. Before 15th August 1947, all land in India was owned by Maharajas. After 1947, 15th August, all land was owned by the Indian state. So that in itself was a massive shift. Now that is being rolled back. Right? The other thing is, colonialism is not such a simple question. Everybody thinks that the freedom struggle was against the British. This is true. But the freedom struggle was also against the partners of the British.
Yeah.
Right? Not just the princely states.
Everybody who was
The Maharajas,
actively involved.
their armies, the East India Army, the Maharajas' bureaucracies.
Zamindars.
Zamindar. Who was the Maharajas' bureaucracy?
The Zamindars.
No, the BJP. No, serious. The RSS was actually the bureaucracy of the Maharaja, right? The RSS was the bureaucracy of the British. And so the fight, if you, and my family was deeply involved in this, if you see their letters to each other, they're not just fighting the British. They're as much fighting the Indian Maharajas and the Indian bureaucracy. So that is something that is washed away now. We don't say that anymore, but it's a fact. My point is colonialism always has a partner, and the partner is always Indian. Right? It's not that they just come on their own. They are almost always brought in.
मेरे को ना आपसे बहुत पहले से ही क्वेश्चन करना था, वो तो आज आप सामने बैठे हैं, आप कर लेते हैं. जैसे आज के टाइम पे वुमेंस को जिस तरीके से एक सिर्फ सिंबल बना के रखा गया है, आई थिंक पार्टीज़ के अंदर, आपने जैसे भी पार्लियामेंट सिस्टम जो लोकसभा सिस्टम जो हमारा चल रहा है अभी, अगर हम आपसे पूछें कि आपका सपनों का भारत कैसा दिखता है, वुमेंस का उसमें क्या रोल है, क्या पोजीशन है, और क्या आप इस बात को मानते हैं कि पार्टीज जो है वुमेंस को सिंबॉलिकली रूप से सिर्फ देखती है, उनको पावर नहीं देती है डिसीजन मेकिंग के?
सच है, बट हमारी पार्टी कम करती है. सिंपल मेरे लिए शिवा शक्ति की फिलॉसफी है. मेरे लिए बोथ मेल एंड फीमेल शुड हैव इक्वल स्पेस. एंड आई एक्चुअली बिलीव फ्रॉम एक्सपीरियंस, जो महिलाओं की शक्ति है, इफेक्टिवनेस है, वो एक्चुअली मेल से बेहतर है, इज मोर इफेक्टिव. सो आई फील दैट द मोर यू एम्पावर women in India, the better it is. I am more biased towards empowering women than I am towards men.
दिस करंट वुमेन रिजर्वेशन बिल, करंटली रूलिंग गवर्नमेंट ने अपोजिशन को एकदम एंटी वुमेन पोर्ट्रे करने की कोशिश करी है. उस पर आपका क्या स्टैंड है, और अगर आपकी आइडियोलॉजीज ऐसी नहीं है तो ये व्हाट इज दिस, इज इट अ प्रोपेगेंडा और?
नो, यू हैव टू, आपको एक बात समझनी है
यस
कि वुमेन को पॉलिटिकली एम्पावर सबसे ज्यादा पंचायती राज ने किया है.
यस
That's first step.
सरपंच पति से
सरपंच
That's it. But मतलब आप कोई भी स्टेप लेंगे, उसका रिएक्शन, उसको मिसयूज करने का तरीका होगा. बट जितना फायदा हिंदुस्तान की महिलाओं को पंचायती राज से मिला है, पॉलिटिकली आज तक किसी और चीज से नहीं मिला. दैट इज समथिंग दैट वी डिड.
I agree.
By the way, you want to go back one step? Constitution of India, right to vote. India was one of the first places where women got the right to vote. Right? Congress Party. Okay. Now, it's a fact. See, we cannot. I mean, हमारा मतलब 50 साल हमारी पार्टी लड़ी थी, तो उसके बारे में बोलना तो पड़ेगा.
Yes, sir.
उसके बाद लोकसभा, राज्यसभा, विधानसभा में रिजर्वेशन की बात उठी. 2023 में नरेंद्र मोदी जी एंड बीजेपी सेड वुमेन्स बिल करनी है. हमने कहा बिल्कुल करेंगे, एंड इंटायर ऑपोजिशन सपोर्टेड.
It was a landslide majority.
राइट, बट द बीजेपी सेड नॉट फॉर 10 years, कि 10 साल बाद करेंगे. तो वी सेड भैया 10 साल बाद क्यों करोगे, अभी करो. नहीं, अभी नहीं करेंगे. क्यों नहीं करेंगे? क्योंकि हम सेंसस चाहते हैं. ठीक है, मामला वहां रुक गया. अब सडनली ये बिल आई, राइट, उसमें 546, 543 नंबर है. हमारा कहना था 1/3 कर दो उसका 543 का और खत्म करो. उन्होंने नहीं किया. अब वो आए, अब वो ये कह रहे हैं कि हम नई वुमेन्स बिल एक्सटेंड करना चाह रहे हैं. बट एक्चुअली इट्स नॉट अ वुमेन्स बिल.
It is a delimitation.
इट्स वेरी सिंपल.
delimitation.
इट्स डिलिमिटेशन. एंड ये कर क्या रहे हैं, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. ये चाहते हैं कि सदर्न इंडियन स्टेट्स को, स्मॉल स्टेट्स को, नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स को निपटा दो,
यस
और मेन जो नॉर्दर्न स्टेट्स हैं उनको आप ज़्यादा सीटें दे.
Where they have a strong hold.
Now this is a problem. I'll tell you why. Because first of all, बीजेपी सोच रही है कि हम नॉर्थ इंडिया में कभी हारेंगे नहीं. वो सच नहीं है, वो हारेंगे. That's a different story. But why is it a problem? It's a very dangerous thing to do.
फेडरल
Why? No, because in 1971, Indira Gandhi faced the same problem. She said no, we are not going to increase the number of seats. After that, in 2002, Atal Bihari Ji faced the same thing, and he said we're not going to touch this. Why? Because if you change the number of seats in India without very carefully taking into account the consequences, you will risk war between the south and the north. Right? She's sitting from Kerala, there's Tamil Nadu, there's Andhra, there's Telangana, there's Karnataka. They will say, listen, what are you doing? We have successfully reduced our population, and now you're punishing us for that, right? So वो कर क्या रहे हैं? वो political advantage लेने के लिए conflict create कर रहे हैं, और हमारा कहना है कि देखो भैया conflict नहीं create करने देंगे. आपको अगर महिला की बिल पास करनी है, वो पुरानी बिल पड़ी है, उसको ले आओ, उसको हम आज पूरा सपोर्ट दे देंगे, बट वो नहीं कर रहे हैं. They are refusing to do that. आपका प्रॉब्लम सोसाइटल एंड कल्चरल है. वो अच्छा है.
But I think it is a first step towards.
It's a first step. Have you noticed that every single man who refers to Indian women refers to them as माँ या बहन?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
She's associated with me.
Yeah, she has no identity. I will decide what relationship she has. She's either my mother or she's my sister.
Yeah. She does not have her own
Even in the
autonomy.
first electoral roll,
Yeah.
it was cancelled.
Nobody says ये उसका भाई है,
Yeah.
right?
So, I would like to ask, आपने कहाँ देखा है, आपके एक्सपीरियंसेस होंगे जहाँ पे आपने देखा हो कि ये काम औरतों ने बहुत अच्छा किया, एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट था उसको बहुत अच्छे से मैनेज किया, कुछ भी ऐसा अगर आपके पास कोई एक्सपीरियंस हो.
I am an opponent of hers, but I think Mayawati ji played a very important role in UP politics, right?
Yes.
I have problems with a lot of the stuff she did. I have problems with how she took the movement, but I think she was very brave and quite effective until she gave up. That's a different issue, right? And I think she fundamentally changed the politics of Uttar Pradesh for many years. I think Jayalalitha ji in Tamil Nadu, again, not we partnered with her also, but phenomenal leader. There are many examples. I mean, and I have many examples at the panchayat level, at lower levels of the Congress party. Even some of our MPs are exceptional leaders, women MPs. Politics is like the ocean, right? And rivers, okay? And you have to see the tide carefully. You have to see where the flows are, and you can try to dam the Ganga you can try to move the Ganga at Allahabad, or you can move it at Gangotri. You don't have unlimited power. No human being has unlimited power. So suppose I said to you, listen, Ganga को आपने shift करना है, right? And मैंने आपको इतना बड़ा पत्थर दे दिया. Where will you shift it? Where will you throw the rock? You'll throw it where? You throw it in Gangotri, you'll throw it in Allahabad. Gangotri. So in politics, you have to understand what is the source of the problem. You have to understand where is it starting, where is the source, and in the source of the problem, with little energy, you can turn the whole river. आप superficial level पे कुछ भी करोगे, आपका effect नहीं आएगा. गहराई में जाओगे. गहराई का मतलब मैं जा रहा हूँ exactly वो कहाँ है. गंगोत्री से भी पहले मैं चला गया, वहाँ पे मुझे इतनी सी गंगा दिख गई, वहाँ पे मैंने पत्थर लगा दिया, वो पूरी change हो गई. There are people who've done that. Mahatma Gandhi did that, right? Jawaharlal Nehru did that. Ambedkar ji did that. Right? Ambedkar ji is not trying to turn the Ganga in Allahabad. He's turning the Ganga right at the source. That's why everybody is like, oh, that's an impressive person. The interesting thing. Now, what is happening in politics today is everybody is trying to understand everybody else.
Yeah. Or bring down everyone else.
I want everybody else's vote. So I'll take the LCM. I'll say, bhaiya, these are, okay, all these women sitting here, they're all mostly wearing t-shirts. Women with t-shirts vote for me.
Or the dusky skin.
Right? Or the, black-haired women, please vote for me. Whatever that is. And everybody is doing that number.
आपसे तो मेरा पुराना नाता है.
Huh?
Actually, जैसा देश वैसा वेश, dusky skin also. जहाँ जा रहे हैं, like वैसा ही attire and.
Because कर क्या रहे हैं? Because he's saying यार यहाँ पे 100 लोग बैठे हैं, मुझे मतलब 52 चाहिए. Right? That's a fight that will carry on forever. That's not what Gandhi is saying. Gandhi is saying that I want to understand myself. And once I start to understand myself, then she can see that I've understood myself and I'm navigating myself, and now she's going to copy me. Right? So what Mahatma Gandhi does is he creates a cultural shift in India. He changes the mind of Indian people. What was going on in India? The Indian people did not have the courage to fight the British people. That was what was going on. And what Gandhi showed them is that actually you have the courage to fight them. You have just not realized it yet. And the moment the Indian people realized that, हाँ यार, actually डरते नहीं हैं, then we got independence, right? You would never ever have got independence if Mahatma Gandhi was saying इन 50 लोगों को मुझे support चाहिए. वो होता ही नहीं कभी. So not only in politics, in life, it's much more important to understand your own system.
Sir, I recently lost my mother and और मैं बहुत ज़्यादा डिप्रेशन में थी, बट मेरी मम्मी ने मेरे को इंदिरा गांधी की बुक दे दी थी लास्ट टाइम, जो पोपल जय करके.
क्या हुआ मम्मी, कैसे क्या हुआ?
उनकी किडनी फेल हो गई, बट इंदिरा गांधी.
यहाँ आ जाओ.
सर, तो लास्ट टाइम मेरी मम्मी वो पोपल जय.
मम्मी क्या करती थी?
शी वॉज अ टीचर.
Where?
गुड़गांव में प्राइवेट स्कूल था, असिस्टेंट टीचर थी. पापा अकाउंटेंट है.
And भाई बहन कितने आपके?
वन ब्रदर है, वो भी भीमराव अम्बेडकर कॉलेज में है. तो लास्ट टाइम मम्मी मेरे को इंदिरा गांधी मैम की बुक दे के गई थी, पुपुल जयकर की. एंड आई वॉज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग डैट कि मम्मी नहीं होगी, बट उन्होंने मुझे बहुत कुछ दे दिया. मैंने इंदिरा मैम को पढ़ा. बचपन में भी फैंसी ड्रेस में सब परियां बनती थी, मुझे मम्मी इंदिरा गांधी बनाती थी. तो मतलब मम्मी का ऐसा था कि अगर वीमेन एम्पावरमेंट का पढ़ना है तो इंदिरा मैम से उससे बड़ा कोई नहीं है, क्योंकि इंदिरा मैम ने भी कमला मैम को, जो उनकी मदर थी, 18 साल की उम्र में खो दिया था. तो उन्होंने भी इतना करा. फिर मैंने ये सब पढ़ा कि अगर एक वीमेन लीडरशिप में जाती तो कितनी पैट्रियार्कल सोच का हट होता है. इंदिरा मैम ने कभी हार नहीं मानी और मैं अपने आप को लकी समझती हूँ कि मम्मी जाते जाते इंदिरा मैम की बुक देगी.
एज क्या थी उनकी?
49.
बस. कब हुआ ये?
अभी 2025 में अगस्त में.
कहाँ पे?
यही दिल्ली के एक जनकपुरी हॉस्पिटल में. एंड सच में सर, हॉस्पिटल्स अच्छे नहीं हैं. अगर हम मिडिल क्लास से आते हैं तो वी कांट अफोर्ड. ये देश रहने के लिए नहीं है अगर हम मिडिल क्लास से आते हैं तो.
अब आप जो आपकी मम्मी नहीं है, इसको इसको हीलिंग कैसे कर रही हो?
मैं हीलिंग नहीं कर रही हूँ कि मम्मी की जो भी अनसीयर ब्लड है अभी तक मेरे अंदर है. आई एम लिविंग अंटिल माई लास्ट ब्रेथ सी इज इन मी. और मेरी ये ड्यूटी बनती है कि मैं मम्मी की लेगेसी आगे बनाऊँ.
आप अगर अपने अंदर मम्मी को ढूंढोगे, आपको मिल जाएंगी मम्मी. मेरा एक्सपीरियंस ये रहा है पापा के साथ.
एक टाइम पे ऐसा लगा था कि मतलब अब जी के क्या फ़ायदा, क्योंकि मम्मी ने सपोर्ट करा था. इवन अगर मैं आगे सक्सेसफुल भी होती हूँ तो मम्मी नहीं होती मेरे पास.
कैसे मालूम तुम्हें नहीं होगी? है, बट अब उनका रूप अलग है. बस अब समाज आपको कह रहा है कि नहीं है, नहीं. आप उनका दूसरा रूप ढूंढो और आप मिल जाएगा.
ये सब इंस्पिरेशन मेरे को बुक्स मिली.
मैं आपसे सवाल पूछूंगा, आपकी मम्मी क्या जवाब देगी वो मुझे जवाब देना, ठीक है? आपको क्या नहीं करना चाहिए?
मुझे किसी को दुख नहीं देना चाहिए. अगर हमारे में कितनी भी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है, बट कोई नहीं, मतलब हम सह रहे हैं ना, बट दुख तो नहीं दे रहे किसी को.
क्यों नहीं देना चाहिए दुख?
क्योंकि जो दुख अगर हम किसी और को दे रहे हैं तो वो फिर कर्मा भी बैक होता है. इवन हमने खुद रियलाइज़ करा है इतने सारे दुख, तो हम क्यों चाहेंगे. अब जैसे मोस्टली लेडीज़ का ये होता है, पुरानी जो पैट्रियार्कल को आगे चलाती है कि हमने ये सहा है तो तुम भी सहोगी. और यही जब जनरेशन ब्रेक हो जाएगा ना, तब कोई इतना नहीं सहने वाला.
Do you think the conflict in Manipur is pre-planned? What is your take on this?
No, I think when you have a politics of division, of taking sides, then this happens. But if I sit down here and I say this is my team and you're the enemy, there's going to be a fight.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas if I say, okay, we're all the same, let's discuss, then the chances of a fight are less. So I think definitely the politics of the BJP and the politics of vilification of somebody causes this type of a problem.
So, sir, you also visited Churachandpur, right? Do you think that they deserve more than just a wall of remembrance?
I think Manipur deserves peace. And I think the people who've died in Manipur and the families who've lost those people deserve to be looked after and protected.
Sir, is there any suggestion you would like to make for the people of Manipur? What should we do about this? Because the state is not listening and it's been ongoing.
In the end, there will have to be some form of peace.
Peace.
Right? And unfortunately, there's huge anger in both the communities. Right? So leadership of both the communities needs to sort of try and build bridges between the communities. That's eventually the only possible answer.
So that means it's going to take a lot of time looking at how each
if the government of India, if the government of India decides that there needs to be peace in Manipur, it's a 5-minute job. Literally, it's a 5-minute job. It's the government of India doesn't want peace in Manipur. If there was a UPA government, this thing would have been finished within hours. There's no, I mean, if the Indian army is told stop people from fighting and killing each other, the Indian army will stop it in 15 minutes.
Definitely.
There's no problem with that. So there is a sense also of government thinking that this conflict is suitable. You know, that also explains why the Prime Minister didn't go there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the state is burning, and the Prime Minister doesn't go there for 2-3 years. I mean, it's completely crazy. You know.
तो सर मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहती हूँ अगर आपकी पार्टी पावर में आएगी तो आप ओबीसीज के लिए क्या करेंगे?
मेरी थिंकिंग है कि कास्ट सेंसस जो है वो सिर्फ एक सेंसस नहीं है, वो एक पॉलिटिकल पैराडाइम है. उससे हमें पता लग जाएगा पावर स्ट्रक्चर में कौन लोग कहाँ बैठे हैं, और उससे अलग अलग कम्युनिटीज को पता लग जाएगा कि भैया ये सब बात ठीक है बट हमारा कुछ इसमें लेना देना है नहीं. इन द एंड ना, आपने नोटिस किया है कि बीजेपी ऑलवेज टॉक्स द लैंग्वेज ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट. यू हर्ड ना, अपमान कर दिया,
Sugar coated.
बट व्हाई रिस्पेक्ट? व्हाई डजंट इट एवर टॉक द लैंग्वेज ऑफ पावर? व्हाई डजंट इट से हमें पावर नहीं दी, आपको पावर नहीं दी, आप लोग कॉर्पोरेट इंडिया में कहीं नहीं हो, आप लोग मेडिकल सिस्टम में कहीं नहीं हो, आप लोग एजुकेशन सिस्टम में कहीं नहीं हो. लेट मी गो फर्दर. आई was educated in the Indian education system, school system. 15% of India is Dalit. 50% of India is OBC. 15% of India is minority. 9% of India is Adivasi. These are the facts. In my entire education in India, I never saw anything about OBC history. I never saw it. I never saw anything about Dalit history. In none of the books.
सर नेक्स्ट टर्म में अगर आपकी सरकार आती है तो आप ऐसा कौन सा रिफॉर्म करना चाहोगे विमेन से रिलेटेड?
Political participation, participation in corporate India, participation in all institutions of India, forcibly putting women inside all these structures. I think our education system and what we are teaching our boys and men needs to fundamentally change about what women are, how they ought to be treated, and what their role and space in society should be.
First of all, we have discussed about women reservation bill, and you have told that, and as she said, I believe that it's only a first step. The reservation bill can only be a first step. So my first question is, how do we expand on this? How do we make it, like practically, how do we make it more effective? That's my first question. And before I finish, my roommate, she's from Kashmir, and she has given me this letter to give you, and if I don't give it to you, she won't let me back in the room. So thank you so much.
Okay. First of all, the caste system has many purposes. One purpose is to control women and to manage women, right?
Yes.
There's a full. What is not understood is that there is a ideological war taking place between two visions of India. That's what's happening, right? One vision, which is the union of states idea, and the other vision, which is a centralizing idea. And the centralizing idea does not want an increase in power of the weaker communities. It understands that it cannot stop this electorally. It can only stop this institutionally. So what it has done is it has made the Vidhan Sabha and the Lok Sabha irrelevant and said, Bhaiya, OBCs, Dalits, everybody come inside, and shifted the power to the institutional structure. On Sati, my favorite story is on Sati. They were doing Sati and the British banned Sati out there. So the leaders of the community, they went to the British and said, look, don't mess around with us because this is our tradition. And the British guy said, that's very good, no problem. You continue to do your tradition. But please realize, I also have a tradition. When somebody burns a woman, I hang them. So you do your tradition and I will do my tradition. Right? So anyway, that's a story I quite like. What the BJP is doing is unsustainable. It is going to start hitting many walls, right? You'll see automatically.
It has already started.
Yeah.
Stalin has called it out.
Yeah, it is going to start hitting not only one wall, it's going to start hitting multiple walls, right? What has actually happened is that the old model of India, the old economic model of India has failed. That's what you have to understand. The model that we used from 1990 to 2012, 13, 14 has failed. It is not working, okay? And now India is searching for a new model. And that new model is not there right now. What was our model? Our model was essentially partnering with the United States and using the partnership between us and the United States, using IT, using services, using all these things to progress. Now the United States power has fundamentally changed. The United States now can no longer do what it was doing earlier, and our relationship with the United States is gone, is broken. So what India is looking for is a new paradigm. When the BJP is defeated, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when it is defeated, India will have to seriously go through institution by institution by institution and remove some of these elements from these institutions.
So there will be an education reform in the educational system of
Yes,
India.
if we carry on down this path, India will be crippled, right? You cannot have an education system where your entire leadership of that education system is bound to one ideology, one organization. That's not an education system. So those reforms, once the BJP is defeated, will have to be done. What they look like, the extent of them, that's a different issue. But India will have to remove this poison from its institutional structure.
Yeah, we are very grateful that you took out the time to sit amongst us and talk to Gen Z women about modern problems. I've always deemed big politicians very unapproachable, so the fact that you would sit in front of us, talk like us, and talk about our problems is already a very big deal for me personally. But other than this, I would really just like to make an appeal that whether or not the next government that sits is yours, ensure if in any way possible by you, because you're the only powerful person amongst us, and we are, on the verge of becoming very powerful women. But for now, while you still hold any power at all, I really would like for you to ensure that the representation of women at the government bodies or bigger positions is not just tokenistic, because we have seen women for a really long time being placed in positions and being driven as pawns. So we really hope that women like us, who think like us, talk like us, they are sitting at the center talking about our problems, and I hope you can ensure that at the end of the day we can have...
Yeah, we can. But we run quite a few programs in our party to explain what actual politics is and how it works, right? And if some of you are interested in understanding it in a bit more detail, right? And if you're interested in that, we have people who run these programs, and we're very happy to sort of put them in touch with you, ladies, and try and see if we can make a path for some of you into the political structure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What is the mystery of number 16?
Now I can't give that away.
Sir, final request.
Sir, I had one request.
Yeah.
So, as you know, we both are twins. So I want you to write something on this paper for Anushka and Arushi that we can remember by, and with your signature and date, so that I can. Please make it a big paragraph. Whatever you want us to remember.
You want me to write a book?
Yes, we would obviously read that.
Yes.
Right.
So you have good handwriting.
Not really. You know, I'll tell you a story about that. Are you both interested in philosophy?
Yeah, we both study philosophy and political science. My major is pol science, hers is philosophy. But after coming to University of Delhi, we have been engaging in discussions on philosophy.
So your signature?
Sir, signature.
Everybody's gonna do it.
I will get it done. Sir, can I get it on the cast?
On your cast?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought CASTE. I was like, how do I get it on your cast? Gosh.
Thank you so much.
That's good. Thank you. For me? Oh, you want to sign it? I thought she's giving me a present. You want me to sign? It's for me, okay. I was like, okay. What's your wish? You don't have to tell us. You keep it in your mind. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. He didn't say many boyfriends to you. Okay, I'll have a little bit of that. Thank you.
Sir, only you would like to disclose what book are you reading currently?
I'm reading a book on choke points, economic choke points.